Working with Mapping Manager, publishing and creating versions of mappings. Publishing and creating versions of mappings includes creating versions of mappings, baselining projects, comparing two different mapping versions, publishing mappings, and restoring archive maps as active. Working with Mapping Manager, creating versions of mappings. Create new version of maps and track history of changes made in the mapping specification. Click on the menu icon to access the Irwin DI modules. Go to Data Catalog and click Mapping Manager. Under the Workspace Mappings panel, right-click a map and click New Version. The New Version page appears. Enter appropriate values in the fields. Fields marked with a red asterisk, mapping name, and change description are mandatory. Click Save and a new version of the map is created, and the previously active version moves under the Archive folder. The new version of the map is created, and here the previously active version is under the Archive folder. Working with Mapping Manager, baselining projects. Baselining projects. Baselining a project will bring all maps in the project to the same version. Under the Workspace Mappings panel, right-click a project and click New Baseline. The new baseline page appears. Enter the version label, change description, and mail comments. Click Save, and the project is baselined, and all the maps in the project now have the same version. Working with Mapping Manager, comparing two different mapping versions. Comparing two different mapping versions. Advanced mapping comparison ability allows to effectively compare any two mappings. Under the Workspace Mappings panel, expand the required project node. Expand the Managed node nested under the project and select the two mapping versions. Right-click the selection and click Compare To. Compare To page appears and all the changes are highlighted in a red color. Click to export report to the following formats: HTML, PDF, or Excel. Working with Mapping Manager, publishing mappings. Before publishing mappings, ensure that the source environment and the target environment have their corresponding production environments. Under the Workspace Mappings panel, right-click the required map and click Publish Map. Publish Map page appears. Enter the appropriate values in the fields. Red asterisks are mandatory. Click Save, and the mapping is published on the effective date and saved in Publish Mappings. The mapping is published on the effective date, and here we can see just that. Under the Publish Mappings panel, click the Published Map to view the mapping details and mapping specifications. Working with Mapping Manager, restoring archived maps as active. Restoring archived maps as active. Under the Workspace Mappings panel, right-click the requested archive map and click Restore as Active Version. Restoring archive mapping as active page appears. Enter appropriate values in the fields and click Save, and the archive map is restored as a new version and the existing active map is archived. For more information, please visit irwin.com.